Hi everyone. Hoping I am visible enough. These brows need to stay up where I put them. They'll have to look manic for a while. Hi Alexander. Hi Susie. Hi Emily. Hi Amy and hi Jen. Is there anyone I'm missing? Oh, I'm wobbling the camera. Just trying to get my brows to behave because I haven't laminated them. So I'm like gluing them and then pushing them down. Gosh, they don't want to listen. I've also got one grey hair in my brows, so that's a fun sign of old age. I did put in the sausages, it was at 2:15. I wanted a little bit of time to clean up as James is over later after the live. Hi to everyone new that's just joined. I'm just gonna clean a couple of brushes that I have here. Just a couple of them. Pretty much got the ones I needed. So you guys still wanting me to play with the Norvina? I've got it here. And there's one color that I'm super drawn to in it that I want to do a look with. I just keep being drawn to those kinds of shades at the minute. Slay. Excuse me looking a little tired. I've had a little bit of a crashy week, but I've kept on top of my skincare and stuff, so hopefully my breakouts have calmed down. No worries yet. No worries, Rhea. Yes, Norvina, please. I'll show you, I'll swatch in a sec which color I want to play with. I'm like, I need to do a look with. Actually, I'll just show you now. Sorry. And I also, like, you can tell when I love a palette because I keep it in its packaging. And I do that with very few palettes. But we all know how much I love space, sci-fi, like all that cute stuff. Like, once I get my beauty backdrop, you know, guys, I've got the neon lights and galaxy wallpaper. Like, oh, so excited for when that comes together. But, like, this is just so me. The shade that I'm drawn to is C1. This like pale orchid tone, this like pinky purple sexiness. And I'm thinking, instead of starting with black, should I start with like a deep blue or a deep purple and then blend out into that so it's not so dark? And then maybe even plug this weird silver on the lids and create something a bit funky and cool toned. But then add grunge on the lower lash line as usual just to make it more me. But I think these two will pair so nice. More like yes, Vina. I love Norvina and I love her aesthetic. I was saying this to Miss on FaceTime the other day. You guys know we talk all the damn time. Like her latest shoots, like with all that futuristic and space stuff. When I did photography and digital art in college before I ended up dropping out because you guys know my brother had sepsis and all that. This was like 2 years ago. Oh wait, no, before the pandemic. So 2019. I was going to do shoots like that myself, like because I really wanted to. I was going to do a course in body body painting, but with air guns. I really want to do an air gun course, and I was going to create like futuristic backdrops and then body paints like people into like cyborgs and aliens and create that kind of like sci-fi art using mixed media, so like real life makeup artistry, digital imaging, paintings, and photography. And I was going to mix all those mediums together and create like art pieces. And she kind of went and did it anyway. And I was just like, well, there goes my idea. But I might be back in college in September, so who knows? I still could play with those kinds of ideas because I still have my like OG drawings and like stuff in notepads from then. Hi, Christina. Because I don't know, like, don't know how many of you know, but I've got like a background in arts and stuff as well, and it's something I like to dip my toes into. Just reading all the keep packaging and glue it to my pretty things wall. See, I was saying that in a minute, I might like cut this out and put it in a frame because it's just so pretty. But I also don't want to damage the palette, so it can live there for now. Maybe when I've hit pan on it, because knowing me, I will. Because I've got all the Novenas bar two because I gave one to Kerry and I sold one. Kerry with a C, and yeah, so I've kept the OG Norvina, so the regular purple one, and I've actually hit pan on a few shades in that. And I've kept Norvina 4 and 5, and now I've got 6, and I have all 3 of the minis. But I've used them in shoots and stuff when I've done makeup jobs and things, and yeah, I just know what to expect with them. I've got 3 more brushes to clean after this one, and then we can start priming the eyeballs. Oh, I wish I didn't have such darkness in these sections. It's like not even under the eyes, but like in here. It's like, it's like when I'm tired, it really shows like there. I'm also trying to find a good primer for Mamilia. And yeah, I want to go back to college, but I found a different course, which is a photography level 3 and online media production level 3 in September. So I might apply for that because then I can use it to do more YouTube stuff as well. But I'm already a level 2 photographer. Like I fully did that. I didn't drop out that one I finished. It was mixed and digital media. It was like a course that you could do that would teach you like painting, printing, like videos, photography. Like it's like a taster board across the whole thing, graphic arts, all of that, and then mixed media. And the idea was you could use any of those courses to do any of those types of courses in uni. But the reason why I did it was so because as a makeup artist, like I just kind of want to do everything myself. I want to set up my own shoots and down the line. And obviously, this was before my health went to shit fully. Because obviously my health went to crap completely in the pandemic. But the idea was that down the line, I'd have loved to have opened my own studio, and I'd have been the makeup artist, I'd have been the editor, I'd have been the director. So I'd have loved to have done all that by myself. And I always believe in a job best done is one you do yourself. Just filling myself up on caffeine because I'm still tired, but I'm always tired. Hi to everyone new that's just joined. Also, I tried calling Missa just before the live and she's not answering, so I'm assuming she's either passed out or being sick. So I hope she's okay. But I know she'll get back to me at some point. We have a code word for if you're dead, and it's adios. So if I message adios, it just means are you dead? So hopefully she responds at some point going, no adios, just sleeping or something like that. I'm drinking a very naughty name drink, but it is very nice. Oh, just these two. I'm just excited. I don't usually do cool tone looks, so this should be interesting. Also, my brows look like but we'll have to live with it. Also, this side does not grow out properly here. It grows down, doesn't grow out. So it's really hard to like even out. Might have to like draw on a bit of a tail there later on. Just trying to find everything because I piled everything into a box because I didn't really have time to organize everything. So, what's new when it comes to chaos? Not a lot. I think my thing is in my drawer here. Yep. There we go. My mixing palette that Romy made me. They look good. Stop. Oh, guys. When me and Miss were on the phone the other day, I was showing her how bad my eyebrows used to look. That wasn't me farting, by the way. That was me squeezing out the tube. Or was it me farting? Who knows? That wasn't me farting. I burped more than I thought. Miss is the farter out of the two of us. She farts all the time. And she's not here to defend herself. No worries, Amanda. Oh, gosh. So I'm here today and on Sunday. Busy week for me. Oh, Rachel, those are not fun. I hope it goes well because I hate those with a passion. A bit of like glam glow mask still attached to my face. Going in with my usual favourites, the P. Louise mixed with the MAC. And I'm gonna go all out with this shiz. So whole lid is getting painted and then out here because we never know. I have no plans. This could go really well or really terribly. I know she does, Emily. I know she does. She has such a Trumpy bum. Oh, let's see. Let's see where she is. There you are. I was just talking about how much you like to fart. Obviously, I'm gonna roast you. But on a serious side note, like though, how are you feeling? Did you expel the demons? Demons are down the drain. Tap this shiz out. There we go. It's quiet when it's just me, isn't it? I hope I'm not boring you all to death. I'm still waking up, so obviously energy levels are like, woo. Let's open her up. Happy birthday, Chris! Hope you get spoiled, and if you drink, I hope you have a good drink and live your best life. Okay, now deciding which purple I want to start with, and I'm thinking the deeper one, then the more bluey one. But that one's also more cool toned. Start with the more cool tone one, sod it. Hopefully it packs and diffuses the way I want it to. Oh wow, she got a lot of fallout. Pretty purple though. It's like a lighter Cadbury purple. Actually, no, I'd say it's spot on Cadbury purple. Or is Cadbury purple a bit deeper? Pat her on those edges. Don't know if I'm going to go all the way in with it yet. I'm just going to see how it all diffuses first. Not aiming for any precision yet, just laying those colours down. I feel so weird starting with a cool tone shade. Let's diffuse her. All the mums refuse. And April Fools, baby. Oh gosh. Imagine that. Happy birthday, April Fools. She's packing and diffusing all right. So far. Thank you. I think it's from Claire's accessories. I also like it because it doesn't squish my head as I get insane hair headaches from both for like ponytails and headbands. That's why you don't see me rock a million hairstyles with my many hair because it's just physically painful. But I also don't want short hair because I like long hair, so I'm kind of like both useless and both torturing myself. Okay. Yeah, that one's too big. There we go. I get my chokers from anywhere. You can get like a few for like £1 on eBay and that as well. I get them from Claire's only if they're on sale because I'm not paying £5, £6 for a choker. When they're reduced to like £1 to £2, I'm like, yep, I'll get them then. Oh, okay, so gonna diffuse that a little more because as you can see, there's a bit of a gap there, but that's fine because I might wipe and start again because one of the primers that I used wasn't the one I normally use. And I had a feeling soon as I put it on that it would be too emollient for this kind of eyeshadow. So bear with me, guys. It's my own fault. Because if I don't, I'll show you what I mean. Where are you? Where did I put you? Basically, the regular POE's pots are way too emollient, but if I use the paint and mix it with the MAC, it's a lot more stiff. And that's what I want. But I might just go on with MAC by itself. Because I switch my eye primers depending on what kind of shadows I'm using, and obviously Norvina's palettes, they aren't just eyeshadows, they're pressed pigments. So this is what I mix with the MAC, does not go with Norvina. I can get back in the drawer. Okay, so where's the white one? Are we in here or in the box? There it is. So remove that. Makes a nice fat difference as well when I finally get it sorted. So plonk an amount on there. Clean my primer brush. It's good. I've just got IsoClean on tap here. Pretty much. The rest, I think, can stay as is. Solo Ho on my big screen. Oh yeah, I forgot to name myself that. I'm also going to switch to a 225 to blend that purple out, rather than a flat brush. And then that should diffuse and pack on at the same time, which is a bit more ideal for what we want to blend those shades together. Right. Immediately, can you see the difference between the two? Little thicker, but it dries down a little stiffer for said pigments, which is what we want. Oh, Christ, yeah. I've seen that too. And I also know people that have that kind of mindset as well, and it's just shite. And it's just started hailing, and it's very loud. Okay. Put you there. Stand you up. Tap you out and get my 225. 225. Hey Tia, I've just wiped off and started again because the primer I used just wasn't the best. This should make a nice amount of difference. And I'll tap it out a little extra as well, just so obviously you get extra product off on your fingers so it doesn't get too thick. Back into that Cadbury. Just stamp her on. And this is why I like this brush. See how it gives me a fade almost immediately whilst packing on colour. Such a good brush for that kind of job. Just extend and just keep packing. That's a lot softer immediately. Whereas this just was just, yeah, maybe not. Drag you out a touch. And you tell me I need to do something when I fight back. Okay, I need to read what's going on here. Oh, it's sunny where you are. Yeah, I wish it was here, but it really isn't. It hasn't been for a while. But I also do live next to the sea, so yeah, like primer makes such a huge difference in so many brushes. And I did kind of just go in with zero clue, so I learn as I go. Like pressed pigments are drier and take a bit more work, and I've got to be patient with it. But the results are always great because you get a lot of vibrancy. It's looking nicer already. What is on my eyelid there? That's alright. Diffuse, diffuse, diffuse. Hopefully. Yeah, look at that. Much more seamless. There we go. Me too. It's why I wanted to play with it. It's such a pretty tone. But yeah, that blends much better now. Look at that. Like, it's a lot more seamless. It's not perfect, but it's a lot better than when I first started. I'm quite quick at like picking up and figuring out how. Like, as soon as I lay an eyeshadow down, I know how to work with it. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, once you start playing with them together, it makes more sense. But yeah, this purple's just such a sexy tone. I mix my MAC white paint pot for this with my P. Louise white paint. I tend to use my MAC more, but the paint gives it a little more like like opacity. It's just plenty opaque, but it's like this is a little bit on the drier side and dries down a bit drier, but it's still a lot more creamy compared to the OG MAC formula because people were saying like, oh, when I use this, it's too dry. Trust me when I say this is creamy, like super creamy. And when I use the P. Louise paint, it's obviously a lot more creamy, but it's not as creamy as the regular P. Louise base. So you can see the difference. And when it comes to pressed pigments, you usually want a drier formula like primer because when you put something on something wet, for example, I'll demonstrate it on my hand. So you've got the paint here, you've got the MAC there, and then you've got the regular one here, the regular P. Louise. When you apply a pressed pigment to any of these three, straight away, straight off the bat, you can see that this is already dried. Like I can touch this. This will stay sticky for some time because it needs setting, and this is kind of in the middle, but still a bit on the tacky side. What I like about the MAC is that it keeps its tack, but it doesn't interfere with the shadows you put on top. Plus, even with the white, when I put on a black shadow, it goes on black, not grey. So if I get, I'll use this brush I was using earlier. So back into that purple. Let me pack that on all three primers, and you can see how it lays down. So immediately you can see that there's choppiness on the regular P. Louise because it's wet. Sorry, I'm trying to point at it and the mirrors, the camera is mirrored. My brain absolutely dirt there. So on regular P. Louise, it will get patchy because when you have a drier pigment and you put it on something wet, it will grip. When you put it on something drier, you get a much more even finish, and then obviously in between, so still get a bit more patchiness there. And you can see the difference in how the shadows perform, and I did the same with all three there. And you can see the difference in the color. Whereas here it goes on true to color. These two, it oxidizes more. So yeah. And when it comes to me mixing, it's so I have a little more emolliency, just so I don't even know if that's a word, but that's what I'm gonna say. So I can still get more blend in there. But I could just use the matte by itself as well. I do have a lot of eyebrow hairs under here that I should have plucked, but I haven't. Oh well. Oh, yep, Brian definitely came in. But that's why I use different eye primers, and I think that I always think the MAC's superior, to be quite honest. I do like using the P. Louise paints when I'm doing bases with more colourful looks, but I will always try and when I apply them, let them dry out as much as possible before applying the actual eyeshadow. So it also means that no matter what product you have, you can use like a multitude of mixes or all three like sort of primers or whichever primers to work with whatever eyeshadow palettes you have. And I like working with lots of pressed pigments, so that's how I get such a blend with them. I'm just diffusing this like orchid tone. Oh, I wish I could explain it better though, even though it's interesting. But Brian is in full force this afternoon. God, it's already 10 to 3. I need to get a move on, don't I? So, do I pull this purple all the way in, have it a really purpley look, or do I use a hot pink or a peach, um, or even an orange, and then go? Actually, no, I don't want to use orange. Got that. Periwinkle blue. Bring that in, and then go silver on the lid. Not using green. I'm not feeling green today. Or should I just keep it all this shade? No worries, Susie. Let's see what everyone else says as well. I'll keep caffeinating while you guys decide. Gosh, I need to make merch that says "God damn it, Brian" and just wear it. Yeah, I save every life, so don't worry. And trying to explain it while my brain's dead as well is a fun process. So pretty. And obviously, I'm gonna wing it out in a bit. Could go into that really deep but warmer tone purple. Just some definition there. There we go. Some definition. And then go on top with just a touch of black. Just a touch. Oh, she pigmented. Okay. Just in that outer V, nothing too spectacular. Just wanting to build a bit more dimension in there. Back in with the Cadbury. Just stamp it over the top. Oh yeah, it's also better to stamp press pigments than try and blend them because, gosh, they do pick their moments sometimes. That's why I like blend diffuse, build diffuse, build diffuse. There is a method to the madness. So are we going all purple, are we? Because I think Susie's the only one choosing. Has anyone else got anything to say? Jenbrook purple. Any more votes for purple? And then I'll go purple. Yes, purple. Okay, it is decided. It's not like me to do one tone vibe on my eyeballs. This color's so pretty though. Kind of bratsy, so I'm kind of living for it, and I feel like potentially wing it up and out. Maybe add some kind of grunge to it and then add a really flared wing. Might be super cute. Hi, Judy. Don't apologize, you're grand. I think all my lives are saved. Ooh, purple. Okay, looks like we're doing the purple today. There we go. Let's just let's drag that in. At least I'm not doing anything overly complicated today because it's been a little while, hasn't it? Knowing me, I'll find a way to complicate it at some point. Oh, don't worry, Rachel. I might do it on top of that silver because I am dying to use, like I said, I'm dying to use that silver shade as I really want to pair these two together. But I might put the glitter on the top. I am not against that option. So she's diffused. Let's build her up again a little bit, just on the inner portion. Part of me wants to Danielify it and blend out with yellow as well, but I need to calm my tits. I didn't think my voice was good enough to sleep to. That's the first time I've heard that compliment. All right. Gonna move the brushes I've used and put them there instead. There you are. Dulcet tones. Speaking of tones and noises, you know how some people listen to like white noise or this noise to sleep? I didn't know there was lots of different types of noises, and I was exploring like pink noise and black noise, and then I found out there's one called brown noise, which even though it sounds really funny, I found that one the most relaxing. Just sounds like fart, but it's not. It makes you feel like you're in an airplane or in like a busy city. Yeah, yeah, brown noise. And I just thought the name was quite like entertaining. Okay, let's. Yeah, you'll have to look it up. Pink noise keeps me awake. Yeah, pink noise made me feel weird. Like some of them just sound really like horrifying to me, and I'm like, how do people sleep to this? Just thinking like where the crease is gonna go. I'm actually doing. Let's just. Oh, okay. Let's just bring her further in then, because looks like that's what my primer wants to do, so sod it, let's go for it. And I'm winging it out anyway, so I can bring it in further on that side. Let's let's tap out the edge. Brown noises misses one. I like brown noise. It's just weirdly like it's like I'm a city girl. I'd rather fall asleep to the sounds of like cars and buses going by than like rain. And I have fallen asleep to rain before. I'm not against it. I like what I really love is I'll put on if I don't watch ASMR makeup declutters, I'll watch people walking through cities at night in the rain. So you get the rain and then the buses and cars and they just walk through quietly and you just watch it happen and it's just to me it's just like so relaxing. Just tap and then go back into the deeper purple as well and just go find it. There's depth and then back into the orchidy tone. I want to tap that out again. That's quite clean, right? Let's see. I'm debating whether, yeah, I think I'll put a little bit of glitter glue on just under that shimmy, just so it really like it really packs on. Yeah, pink noise weirds me out, but like I know that obviously it's different for everybody, and it's got to do with the frequencies that you can hear and all sorts of stuff. But yeah, that was a fun YouTube deep dive I did the other day. This is probably one of my more basic looks. Tap. Let's tap in glittery primer. Wee. I don't know why I said we, but we're saying we. Oh, I wish Manic Daniela would come out to play today because I miss being chaotic on a live, but today I'm just like very like mellow. Today is mellow Daniela day. Oh, absolutely pile on that silver. Get on there. Do your thing. I love all versions of Daniela. There are many versions. There's sick, dying in bed, Daniela. There's absolutely manic, chaotic, mentally 5 years old, Daniela. There's party animal, Daniela. There's there's depressed Daniela. There's mellow Daniela, nerdy Daniela, intellectual Daniela when I have my conversations with people and I like having fun conversations about smart things. I feel you, Emily. Like I enjoyed your sassy Emily the other week. That was a good Emily. Didn't know you had it in you. I quite enjoyed it. Okay, this shade is really pretty. The Daniela I don't like is crashing in bed, upset Daniela, or mental breakdown Daniela is also fun. She's pretty wild. Okay, I dare say that's softened quite a bit into the crease there. It's such a basic look. Or I feel a hair on my face and it's tickling my nose and I can't see it. Where are you? And I feel you when I blink. There you are, bastard. Get the fuck off my face. Sassy Pants Emily was amazing. I notice Sassy Susie sometimes, and I appreciate it when Sassy Susie comes out. I feel like we bring it out of you. There's also Apologetic Susie, who we need to kick up the bum. There's many versions of versions. Words, Daniela. Versions. Obviously, the best version of Daniela is Brian. Brian comes out to play at least once a day. I'm not fapping, by the way. I'm cleaning my brush. That did look really weird. I'm trying to not stick my pinky up when I'm drinking. I'm like, does it look weird? Does it people think that it makes me look posh or strange? But no. Brian is top tier. Apologist Susie is slowly going away. I appreciate that. Oh, sir, I did not tell you to move. Stay. Thank you very much. I'm not saying that to the chat, by the way. I said that to my phone. Okay. So that is the high point. Let's drag her in. It's a bit past, so I need to go further in. There we go. She fancy. I have to talk in the same voice Teresa does when she talks in her fancy voice or in her sassy voice. And I sometimes send her voice notes when she sends me things, and I'm like, "This is how I imagine you say it." She's like, "That's exactly how I said it." And I'm like, "Ha, I know." Like, I love how Teresa, as beautiful as her Irish accent is, turns into a country westerner when she's talking about being fancy. It's one of my favorite voices. Just concentrating. Not holding my breath at all. See, people know. She fancy. Hi, friends. See, you guys know. You guys know when you hear it. It's there. It exists. Oh. Don't you dare go above the crease, sir. I did not put you there. You do not belong there. Yeah, don't ask me why I can mimic those things. I have weird hobbies. Where is the brush? The brush that I used last time. It is here. Sorry, excuse me. See, gas doesn't come out my bum, it comes out of my face. This is the farter out the two of us. So's James, actually. James farts constantly. I burp constantly. Absolutely wonderful human beings, aren't we? I dare say. That looks kind of even, right? If anything, a little extra out here. That's fine because I can blend out with more shadow when I do the thing. Is that what I used? Yes. I'd have that on a t-shirt, Emily. Every burper needs a farter. Why did my brain go, it'd be really funny if it was a bum joke and it said, I am your farter? But no, ignore me. That was terrible. Feel free to roast me because that was awful. Probably the worst joke I've come up with this week. Me and my Brian brain. Oh, I put way too much NYX on my eyelid there. Let's tap a bit out. I mean, fair enough, Susie, but it won't really kick off my stand-up career, will it? I'd have tomatoes thrown at me in socks. Tomatoes in socks. Tess! There you are. Wondering where you were. Worried I'd have to actually twist your nipples. Tess was moaning at me yesterday going, I've got to set my alarm. I was like, I'll twirl your tits. Also, for those who are watching who expect a PG live, I apologize in advance because I don't know the meaning of that word. Sorry. Sorry. Oh, I vibrated. Why did I vibrate? According to Instagram, you know, those weird fake Russian scammers. So they're like, you've won an iPad. Follow 6972 Bossman and claim it on this site. And I'm like, yeah, great, thanks. That's not looking too bad. Oh, I'll attempt the whole tip. Okay, what should I do? What would you guys like to see? Where should I take this look? Do I keep it purple or do I blend out with yellow? just add more. I love the Zoeva 228 because even though it's a big blend, it has a fine point, so I can still be quite precise with the blend should I choose. Yellow! Thanks, Susie. Appreciate the vote of confidence. I was thinking of blending out with yellow because in a corner I was thinking could be. I was thinking of doing like a matte white in a corner, just so the sparkle on the lids, especially once I add the glitter, has its own pizzazz. Also, I really like the word pizzazz. It's not used often enough. Tess, reading your comment almost made me forget what day it is. Pizzazz! Let's see how she blends into the purple. Oh, okay, maybe not. I might remove that. It's nice, but let me see. Or should I commit? She oxidizes like a bitch. But that's fine. I can just remove that section. Just here, reprime and re-add the purple. And what I'll do is I'll grab a much lighter yellow and do the same. So bear with me. Nothing's messed up. We're fine. Very relaxed about all of it. Right, so see that part there is gone now. Let's go back in with my primer and just fix that. Okay. And now blend you outwards. So when I blend that color into it, it doesn't create too much of a gap. So this side might be a touch patchier, but I'll just photograph it from that side. Ah, it's joining on fine. Ha, you won't defeat me, look. I do need to add more primer here though before I keep adding. Otherwise it will go weird. I refuse to be defeated. I have a terrible American accent. What you talking about? I don't even say I talk in an accent. I just like talking in silly voices. I definitely extended that way too far. But that's why we get a big blending brush. Like this one right here. Which is very old, but perfect for the job. And reprime under here where put too much pink. There we go. And just diffuse her again. Vote on the accent. What are you guys coming up with? I swear to God. What are you gonna rope me into? Okay, that's much better. And what I can do, because obviously the purple's gone a little askew, just dip into both the light and dark and just re-add some definition in here. Stamp that in. Does not have to be perfect. There we go, that'll do. It's not amazing, but for a quick fix, that's fine. I am quickly going to go grab a better yellow. That yellow is great. It's just, it oxidizes to orange. It's a very dry pigment. It's like almost neon, and we want a purple that will blend. Sorry, we want a yellow that will blend into the purple rather than be its own thing. And I love that yellow, and I'll probably use it in a monochromatic look by itself, and maybe even use a yellow base of it to keep it vibrant. But what I do need is a pale, true yellow, and I have two very good options. So, I mean, I think we all think that I'm thinking of my Tokyo palette, but no, because I want a paler yellow. Thank God my palettes are just there. Okay, so we've got Mango, which is a fantastic yellow in the ice cream palette, or we've got 80s Remix BH, and this yellow is actually gorgeously pale. See, like it does not oxidize orange. These are both quite pastel. Yeah, we'll go with BH. It's a bit more sunshine yellow. That's what we want. Concentrate while I work on this. We might have to go back in and add more. I don't know if I like that, to be honest. Like, now that I've done it a second time, I'm like, is this what I want? But I'm already putting it on the other side. Oh no, because there's no blue. So guys, do I keep the yellow and commit, or do I get rid of it? Also, my lighting here is not the best, and daylight is not the best of this. I need a blacked out room at some point. Commit. Okay, I'll commit. Let's just lay down some more tones here. I like that the shadows aren't named. I think as a makeup artist, it's easier to follow. That's the aim, Tess. Okay. Where are my wipes? Let's chop her up and tidy her up. Okay. I might add a touch of peach or pink in this section here. So I've mixed a bit of all three just to settle this blend here. I know you're telling me to commit, but I don't know if I'm liking this now. Just don't know. Part of me wants to wipe again. Just feel like it's gone a bit shit. Feel like it was prettier before I went in with the yellow. I'll add it here and see if it makes it better. I'm close to wiping. Ugh. See if the glitter makes it better. I might wipe. I think this looks like shit. I'm sorry, guys. I ruined it with the yellow. Yellow was a bad idea. Goodbye. You know, you can also feel free to leave if I'm taking up too much time, but I am not digging that at all. Felt like that turned into shit. It was way prettier before I added the yellow. I should have just kept it purple. Hey, well, how is it not a true Danielle alive if I don't wipe something, huh? Ugh. Started so well as well. Oh, look at that. She stains. Yep, load of people dropped off. I went from 17 people to 10 people. Sorry, everyone. Oh, God. Let's have a minute to sit. Missa didn't already give up, so she's not feeling well. Well, clean my brush once more. Missa felt very sick this morning, or was very sick. One of the two, or both. Hopefully she feels better soon. I know she really wanted to join as well, but sometimes you just gotta, if it's not your day, it's not your day. If anyone who knows that, it's definitely me. Oh, great. Little baby hair's getting in the way. Not why I'm wearing a headband. Oh, nah. Oh, Missy, you need to keep off any caffeine when you're feeling sick. Just stick to plain everything. Plain water, plain foods. It's a pain in the dick, but you have to commit. Otherwise, you're going to keep throwing up. When your stomach is anger, nothing works. Also, caffeine dehydrates you as well, and you need to stay hydrated. Tess, do more graphic liner. I love that on you lately. You're kind of rocking that joint. Parcel? Okay, give me a second. Oh, yeah. Oh. Thank you. God, I absolutely jumped there. Plain dick. My beauty bay that I hold for a $5 arrived, so let's take a break and swatch this shit. Oh, she's pretty. So I got Glisten Liner in Bubblegum, which is a really pretty, like, baby blue aqua. Miss, I wiped. I hated it. Sorry. And then I got the Norvina Sticks in Magenta, because I already have the purple. But I really wanted the magenta with it. Oh, keep getting little hairs on my face. Oh, look at that color. Yes, this is exactly the kind of color I wanted. I don't have this type of shade. I just hated it. I just hated it. I want it off. Let's move you to another area and put you in here for now. So the closest I have to magenta, probably this. See how close they are. Yeah, not that close. So the magenta is definitely deeper, which is what I wanted. And let's swatch this one as well, because it's also... Okay, so they're kind of close, but they are 3 different colors, which is what I wanted. I'm quite pleased. Put that in here for now. So eventually I'll reorganize this section, but for those who haven't seen my pencils, I color coordinate everything. And then put as lip liners and then all my sets in the back. I'll just put that in here for now because I need to go through the the reds and pinks anyway, because I think there's one I need to get rid of because I think it's dried up, and then I'll find a new home for that one to be in. Now, where have I put my primer brush? Where did you go? I don't know. Oh, well, I'll use this one then. There you go, you'll get it. Pencils, pencils, pencils. We all love pencils, especially me, because I'm the pencil queen. Pencils, pencils, pencils make my day. Can do a lot with them. Make the there. There you go, that's the rest of the lyrics. Couldn't think of anything else. I love ad-libbing. I do it way too much. I don't know if it's an autism thing or something, but like I've done it since I was a kid. I'll always make songs up on the spot or sing stupid lyrics to a song just for shits and gigs. Okay, so we're pressing the restart button. Are we going to go for something different, or should I start and should I redo that purple and keep it purple? Or Tia, I'm not into pencils like that. I mean, it's also a market gap if you consider the different HB variants of pencil. You could use HB as size of pencil dildo. I'm going to stop before I continue. Just trying to think. What do I do? Oh, that would hurt, Mister. Which one is there? There we go. That needs a little more. Oh, Christ. I'm an hour and a half in and I've not done anything. I am failing today. I am a fail at life today, but that's okay, because some days are like that. Am I mad at myself? Not particularly. I mean, I have kind of had a couple weeks off, so yeah. Okay, so these are all the brushes I've used. I'll re-clean my 225. You're loving this life, even though I've accomplished nothing. It's like, here's Daniela, the pro makeup artist. An hour and a half in, she's wiped it off twice. Good job, Daniela. Well done. Pat on the back, gold star. Enjoy an extra chicken nugget with your dinner. You're up to 2 chicken nuggets. Keep up the good work. I don't know why I'm being rewarded in chicken nuggets, but in my head, that would be something I'd enjoy. Yes. I think we are slowly transitioning into manic Daniela, but manic exhausted Daniela. So, do I do the purple again? Or do I do something else? Can people just throw suggestions at me, please? Because my brain is Brian right now, and Brian is just causing a ruckus, and I need something to focus on before I lose my mind. I'll start with the black. So, solo team. So, see how well this black goes on. I'm not feeling blue and green tier. Not at all. I said earlier I don't want to use green. Just not feeling it. I'm probably just gonna do I want thinking pinks and purples and grunge it out maybe. Maybe add some blue in there. Maybe. Diffuse you. And let's not jump them. I need to calm down and relax. My brain's going, you're taking up too much time, you need to rush, and I need to know, I need to slow down. Slow the fuck down. That's just people being in and out, probably. Oh gosh. It doesn't help that I am actually knackered. It does mean I struggle with concentration just a bit because I'm a lot more like my brain's a lot more sporadic when I'm tired, but I have had a bit of a crap week with health. Let's see. Wow. Okay, I might go switch brushes and I'm not sure. I feel like this blue is darker than the black. Words. I might just name myself as Brian on the next live. Feel like Brian definitely takes over. Okay, let's. You can do it, Tess. Probably better than me today. That's blue's diffusing nice though. Exactly, Rachel. How can you guys understand me when I don't even understand myself sometimes? Oh, this looks hilariously bad right now, but that's just because I'm diffusing the blue. When people go, oh yeah, how do you blend one color into another? This. It looks mental, but it'll work out in the end. I hope. stamp that out as far as it can possibly go. That's the thing about pressed pigments. You can work them and 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 stretch them as much as you want once you get used to using them. Surge. I said gay palette. What's your favorite palette? This said gay. So hey, got another 225. Could use that. Will you blend into that? Well, I need a shade in between. Hmm. God damn it. I said I'm not doing blue, and here I am going into blue. That's the colour that will work with that the best. I might do purple inner. But she blended. Blending blue, blending blue. Blue, 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 blue. This is the blue song. How are you? Blue, 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 blue. Just anyone who joins is just gonna be like, who is this and why is she losing her mind? Why is she singing songs that constantly say blue? Hey, Carrie. Welcome to my 1400 look. I need a better diffusing brush. Hi, Janet. Oh yeah, it's absolute chaos today. I was mellow until I started losing my mind. This is what happens when I do lives with no plan. Ooh, okay. Okay. I like the mint color, so let's use that. It's a mess until it's not a mess. Pack her on. Okay. And then back into the blue and then the periwinkle and mix those both and stamp them on this inner portion, blend out, and then blend out again. Because we don't want harsh lines. And with pigment, it's easy to do that. There we go. And that adds quite a bit more dimension into this section. Oh no, itchy nose, don't you there? Not while I'm trying to blend, sir. I'm mixing two palettes because I wanted some more mid shades. So I'm using the. Hold on, let me blend this out first because pigment's set, believe it or not. So I've got to work with them. Just give me a second while I work with it. So yeah, I'm using the new Norvina and the ice cream palette from Glamlight just because it has more mid-tone shades here. I just thought they'd pair well. Yeah, I might do actually because it is a nice shade. Hold on. Now that's a lot cleaner, isn't it? Maybe we're onto something. And that is a much cleaner blend. Okay, let's just diffuse under the brow before I add more tones. Just right here. Oh no, Emily, I wiped. I hated it. It's a lot softer. Let's go back in with that beautiful orchid shade because I do want to use it today. I'm still obsessed with it. And let's build our inner portion with this. Thank you, Emily. That's looking a lot more like I like it now, though. We might make something of this yet. I still want to use that silver on the lid again, too. So I think I'm going to go on with that. I'm just going to add a touch of that deeper purple just here. Just there and there. So when it blends into that deeper blue, it makes a bit more sense. I feel like I have a kind of a game plan now, so let's just work with her. Okay. And there, and into that deeper blue. Add her there. And there. We don't want to overblend, so we're going to keep it with fuck all pressure. And I really like this cranberry tone under this purple, so I'm gonna layer her here just beneath this ochre tone, so when I cut my crease, it has a bit more depth, but nothing too wild. Because I want the orchid to be dominant there. Wherever I put the brush that I was using the orchid with. There. And then just go back over. Yeah, I do, Kerry. But I haven't in a long time. I like digital art as well. Well, she's not wrong, Missa. I'm sure Missa's probably saying, "Oh yeah, Daniela probably looks like a bag of cabbages right now," and I agree. Should I bring that higher, or do we like that there? I feel like more like an IKEA bag. An Aldi bag. That's quite clean, I think. I need to work on the blend out here in a bit, but I'll do that later on. I'm just cleaning my brush each time I go back in with my primer because otherwise I feel like the colours underneath interfere with said primer. I'm like a wet Primark bag in a puddle, Kerry. Also, did you guys know you can buy those big IKEA bags on Amazon for like a couple of quid? The reason why I know this is because I'm constantly advertised weird shit. Those who know, know. Of course, this has turned into a galactic look. Right, I need to even that out. It needs to be a little wider and more up here. Oh, I hear people swearing at each other outside. At least, like, oh, let me just read these. Covered in broken eggs. Same. It's no worries, Kim. Things changed. And then we want it to point down because that side does as well. You're not wrong, Rachel. Well, I do live in Sunderland though, and I'd say that's even worse than Newcastle. Right, I'm going to use a flat brush to stamp the sound out of my fingers. There we go. It creates a nicer fade. You just need a bit more patience with it. Just to blend those edges. Stamp them down until they become part of the look. My lips feel like crusty buttholes. Let me fix that. I am a crusty butthole. I feel like a crusty butthole. This is my new song right now. Crusty, crusty butthole. Get out. I don't know. Also, this is the best lip balm I've ever found. It's so good. I need to work on it still, Tess. It's not perfect yet. I was so bloody touched when Mister in a video was like, "Oh yeah, if you want to see the master of blending blues and purples together, go to Daniela's channel." And I was like, "Really?" Oh, what lip balm? It's also cruelty free, so you guys might appreciate this. But it's called Jack Black Authentic and Original Intense Therapy Lip Balm with SPF 25, and it's made with shea butter. And I have issues with lip balms, and I'm allergic to not some, but I have backups of this because it's that good. I mean, look how dead this is getting, but it is so good. For those who have just joined, Brian is in full session today, but we are getting somewhere, and I refuse to be defeated. It's nice to see you here, Sylvia. Are you making anything tasty for dinner? Okay. Oh, no, not that brush. Definitely not that brush. It's way too stiff. Yeah, there we go. You always, when you're packing on stuff in your outrage, you always want to blend out the black before you add another color, and that's how you keep it seamless. Diffuse, blend, add, diffuse, blend, add, diffuse, blend, add. You gotta build. Okay. Let's dunk into that blue, mix it with that purple. Just stamp her lightly on top of that black. Just same again on this side. All the way up. And again, diffuse it. Bring it as far in as you need to. Because when I put the silver on top, I'll cover most of it up, but this will keep everything seamless when you add and blend the colours together. So it's like messy until it's not messy, if that makes sense. You've got to embrace the chaos. Get that orchid tone on. Not sure if it's blending into the blue how I want, but that's fine because I can tidy it up once I put the shimmer on. As long as that's there on the edge, it does not have to be perfect. Okay. Let's get the glitter primer on again. I do feel like, yeah, that side has way more than this side. What is up with that and why is that so visible? I need to fix that. So that side has more blue. Yeah, we need more blue on that side. Let's fix her up. Just cover that more. Okay. Add that into the blend. And then that's a lot better. No two eyes are the same. I want to have my P. Louise brush and we will tap on the NYX primer yet again, go over the purple. Do one eye at a time because the NYX primer does dry quite quickly. And I feel like the longer you leave your glitter primer to dry, the more textured your lids will look when you apply shimmer. So the quicker you work with it, the better. And that's why I also tap it on as opposed to piling it on so you don't get like a thick layer. It just adds tack where it needs to. I am dipping into that silver. I'm making a chili con carne tonight. And guess what I make it with? Pasta. Game changer. Tons of cheese. But like, yeah, when you boil your spaghetti and have a chili con carne with it, it is. I'm not so big on curry on pasta, but my sister likes that, Emily. Oh, this is such a pretty tone, though. On my way. Let's add glitter primer to this eye now. I'll add more. It does dry fast. I had a Rice Krispie square today. That was my breakfast before my before the live. Caffeine and cereal bars. Oh, hi Wilma. So, albeit the madness, are you guys still glad I went solo today? Oh, everyone's being lovely. Almost didn't bother going live. I felt a little discouraged earlier, but I'm glad I'm like feeling it more again now. I'm glad to be back weekly again for sure on the Sundays. No, it's not my birthday until December, Wilma. Me and Missa were meant to go live today, but Missa's unwell, so I'm taking over the sausage live just for one day until the Queen is back and better. Because I was just gonna leave it as well, and I thought, sod it. I want to play with this palette. I thought on TikTok at some point, once I have the energy, I might put some recipes up because I am a lazy chef because I live alone, but when I cook, I cook. I put Nando's sauce and everything. I put extra garlic and everything. This is a really underrated brush, expensive but fantastic, and it's my On Point blender in the large, the 1.31, and I have the smaller version too. But what a good brush! Da, 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 da. Start tidying up this blend. You see how I'm using the littlest. So look, this is the amount of pressure I'm putting on where you can barely get any pigment off the brush that way. And that's how I achieve these blends. You've got to really like, as I like to say, tickle it in. Because the thing is with pressed pigments, you put too much down in one go and try to blend that out and good luck to you. You'll be there for the rest of the day. Deepen this section. I'm just wiping the brush on my pants leg because I'm classy. Just embrace this blue. Go over and then mix it in with the periwinkle. You see how it takes over that pigment though if you're not careful. It's fine because I'm going to blend it together, but that's how pigments are. They're so different to regular eyeshadows, and when you learn to play with them, the looks you get are great. They are worth the patience. And that's why I love the Norvina palettes so much because, yes, they take extra time, but when you learn how to work a blend, you just have so much fun with it. Let's go back in with that mint chocolate shade on this outer portion. And this one's more of a traditional shadow than a pressed pigment, so I've got to stamp it into the pigment to get it to really show up. But I don't really see any harsh lines now, so I'm quite happy. I'm getting hungry now. My stomach's just rumbled. Oh, don't you dare fall. Go back in with that. Just keep building. Just add, build, add, build, add, build, add, build, blend, but also blend very lightly. Because the problem is with pressed pigments as well is that when people overblend them, that's why you also get patchiness, not just a primer, but how you work with them. It's not like the Tahiti palette or like even I'm not a fan of Morphe palettes, but Morphe palettes are a good example of eyeshadows that are quite blendable but almost chalky, like they have more fallout in a way as well because of the extra talc content in them. And when you get a pressed pigment, there's less talc, more pigment. That's just why you get so much payoff. But as opposed to, as you can see, because when you swatch a pressed pigment, they tend to swatch heavy on that first section because they're more about pigment than blendability, which is why you get more patchiness. Whereas with a more traditional talc heavy eyeshadow, you get a smoother swatch. So it's always good to figure out what shadow you're working with and then change your methods. The brushes you use make a big impact as well. But as you can see, I can get right up close now. I'm quite pleased with that blend. There is a touch of patchiness in places where I've been plucking. So around there, a little bit here. And obviously, I'm letting it grow out and I'm shaping my eyebrows as I go. And I also dermaplane and use a razor. So I do have texture on my skin. That's normal. But guys, I'm not going to bullshit you. So if any of you later want to rewatch the live as well, I also demonstrated different types of primers and why they help different types of eyeshadows. So that was, even though I messed up my sentences quite a bit, because as we said, Brian's in full swing today. I felt like it was quite useful information. There's definitely a video I want to put up at some point as well. Just trying to make sure there's no gappiness there. No. Tickle that outwards again. That's almost where I want it to be. It's almost there. There we go. I'm using both that periwinkle and that blue from the Norvina to sort of achieve that blend. There we go. And the problem is the blend does keep getting higher and higher. And then to soften everything, I'm sure you guys know my favorite method is to get a big fluffy blender brush that's like really, that's not stiff. You want it to be very flexible. And like the fluffier the better. So even like this is great. So, it's extremely soft. Both synthetic or natural hair work, but you want it to have lots of flexibility. So, it just squishes as soon as you touch your hand. There's no stiffness. And you hold it right at the end and just diffuse all the edges. So right on the edges. And you see how little pressure I'm putting on. Like you're literally just using the edges of the brush. So even if you have eyeshadow all the way up to your brows, it gives you, oops, calm down, sir. Gives you that sort of gradient that goes down from the brow onto the lid. And that's how you soften everything. Isn't it, Wilma? That's kind of what I demonstrated earlier, that difference between the MAC paint pot, the P. Louise paint, and the P. Louise primer. I was showing differences on how eyeshadows swatch differently on them and how they perform differently on them. Especially in regarding the differences between pressed pigments and regular eyeshadows, because there is a huge difference. I'm just wiping my hand. It's probably going to be really stained now. How do the brushes make a difference? So what do you mean by that, Rachel? Can you condense that question a little bit? Are you on about the flexibility of the brush, or like the difference between animal hair brushes and synthetic hair brushes? Because there's differences in both. And as a makeup artist, I do use both. Like personally, I do find that they do help with different things. I'm loving this silver shade though. It's so funky. But I also wanted to up it a notch. So I am going to use wherever I've put her. She was here. No, Break the Rules palette. I feel like this shade is like an even more amped up version, and she also belongs on the lid. Probably one of my favorite birthday presents I've ever received, this palette. It's just so versatile, and I'm just going to go over the silver with it and just marry them together and add even more dimension to the lids there. And what I might do with that pressed glitter is I still want to use it, and I might just pack it under the brows. See if I can manage that. But yeah, I like really wet looking lids for people who know me. So I wanted more. I don't usually do cut creases, but I'm not mad at this. I do think, yeah, that side's. I was wondering why it kept feeling off. This side's lower. I need to fix that. Pulling a sexy face while I do that. I don't want it too high. Yeah, that's about right. There we go. And then if I diffuse these edges further, just really go ham with the brush. It'll just soften everything. So once I start laying the base down, wet lid. I like the way you spelt that. Wet. Tweet. Oh, part of me wants to add. Oh, do I do it? Do I add that too? Oh, she pretty. Might need a pee break in a second. Do I touch her into the? Do I leave it like this, or do I add her as well? Oh, I'm so tempted. But freaking look at that. Do it. All right, Emperor Palpatine. Or you can Ben Stiller. Do it. Or what's his face from the music video is Shia LaBeouf. And she blends into the purple, into the black, into the blue. And I'm just picking chaos. I'm just going in with my fingers. This palette is too beautiful. One of my favorites. So versatile. She's starting to grow some legs. What is wet and just touched me? My wipe. I am going for a pee break, so give me 2 secs, guys. I'm also going to move my brushes before I knock them all over. Put them in there. There we go. BRB. Oh, that lip balm's working well. I'm also going to wash my hands because they're covered in glitter and I want to do my base. Oh my gosh, that tap was freezing. Should have let it run for a minute, but I did not have the patience. Well, obviously you can get the white MAC paint pot, and this is the second or third one I've hit pan on, and I've got a notification so they can come back in stock, so I can pick up another one for me and Missa, and I can get them quite cheap on ClearPay. So yeah, I do need a backup soon, but yeah, I go through these like no tomorrow. Ooh, give me a second while I warm my hands up, because that's what happens if I don't. Did you do that by accident or on purpose? Yeah, they're still out of stock on the Mac site at the minute, unfortunately. So I do. Oh, wonder if we have room for more glitter on the lids. Kim, when I order, let me quickly check. Let me just see. Let me just check the Mac site. I've got my phone. I'm using my old phone to stream, so I have my actual phone here. Let's have a look. As we're all hanging out anyway, so. Is Tia still there? Yeah, you are. Making sure she hasn't fallen asleep. Let's see, let's see. I should get an email. Yeah, it's still out of stock, as you can see. But I've got it on notification on email. But I was gonna grab one for Missa. Missa was gonna sort that out with me, and I was gonna clear pay it. So if you want, Kim, I can pick up three, and if you want to send the money over and I'll ship them to you, we can make it work soon as they're back in stock. So I'll let you know when that's happening. It's been a little while though. I know I have so much technology. I even have my tablet here, which is obviously what I make all my stuff on, obviously covered in flamingo stickers. There's all my and there's little pictures of you guys there when I was drawing your makeup looks, because that's my gallery. And then there's my epic background, because that's the kind of visuals I love. God damn it, pen. And then the S Pen's the best thing on this. The MAC Paint Pot white one, it is called Sink to a Whisper. I'm wondering, do I start on the base or do I put this glitter on as well? Hi, Lisa. So you guys get an idea of what that looks like. I'm deciding whether my arse is being a skin today. My skin is being an arse today. Geez, words. I'm just going to tidy up my blend here because some of the glitters being a dick. So I'm just fixing her up. There we go. Yeah. Glitter, glitter, glitter. Come on, Tia, sing your song. Glitter. That's what I've been waiting for, really. God, and I'm gonna have to apply even more NYX glitter primer to the lids. So, do I just keep it on the lid or do I go kind of all over with it? What do we do? I need a clean brush. So that side is now lower. So like spotlight up the middle, you think, with the glitter? Emily. Is that what we're thinking? Or I could just put a big line of glitter under the brow. That's also an option, actually. That's not a bad option, is it? I'll need a thinner brush. Yeah, I might just do under the brow with it and just really zazz it out. No worries, Rachel. I know you're not having the best day. Hope you feel better soon. There we go. And then... Oh, God damn it. Should use a neater brush, but who am I? Hello. I think we're going to stick with that. Should I even out my brows before going in with glitter? Yes. Am I going to? No. We're just playing today. Oh, hello, sexy. Susie is back and she's sassy. I know you guys want some glitter on the lids too, so I'm going to try something out in a second. Hold on. I'm going to do this. Going to outline this inner portion here up to about there, and then pile glitter on there and see how that looks. Just so that cool multi-chrome on the lids doesn't get too much interference, but I still add glitter to where the cut crease is. See if that adds any fun to it. Yeah, I'm feeling that. I can hear, who is she? I think I'll feel like that once I get more happening. I don't love it or hate it right now, I'm just playing. I am quite proud of my blend though. I didn't think I could get a blend that good after a couple of weeks off makeup. Because she do require plenty concentration. And I am lacking that today. Today is Brian Day. I'm not mad at that, actually. That's quite fun. And if I really turn the lights down on the pictures, actually, I'll do that for a sec. So you can see how she catches the light. Do one step better. One light. And then, hold on. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go. Hold that further back. And capture. Is that visible? Can you guys see that? Is that showing up? No worries, James. There we go. I think that's going well. That's really cute, Kim. I do want, I think it's in this box. Is she in here? So that I'll put her in here. I want my liquid liner because I might tight line the tops. Ooh, only downsides of streaming is that my lower back starts to hurt after so long. Make her a little thick on the end here. Just to give this look a bit more definition. Sorry about the quiet, I'm just concentrating on this liner. Not aiming for perfection, just make sure they're kind of even. There we go. Real thick on this side. Just so when I wing it out after, it has a bit more legs to it, so to speak. Oh, hi, SD. I'm glad you like it. I hope I said your name right. I'm glad you enjoyed the lives. Thank you. It's good to be back. Do we play with her? She might match the inner portion, like. Do we outline or keep it as is? Or do we add bubblegum? I'm just letting you guys choose. I'm game for anything. Hi, Cassidy. Wish my hands weren't so cold. I'm glad to be back doing lives as well. I have missed them. Things have been rough here and there, to say the least, but I'll always find a way to come back. Is that my number 7 brush? It is. See how she looks on the back of my hand before I apply her. That is a pretty tone. Okay. Okay, what do we do here? Do we just keep that, or do we do a little flick? Let's see. I'll drag that down just a touch, because I will always do my inner corner wings. I'll add those as well. But that is a pretty tone, and matches to the outside part of the eye. So go in on the upside. Matchy matchy looks. Kind of want to add a little flick on the end, maybe. I don't know what you guys think. Just keep it as is, add a little flick, get a little pizzazz going. Might even, like towards the end, add some underneath here and bring it up as well. That's a nice liner though, nice colour. Or should I do a wild card? And how would this look? That's fun. Let's do that. Yeah, we'll stick with that. Have a little weird line on top of the line. Just playing around. Like I said, there's no Wednesday, April the 6th. Okay. See you, Wilma. So it starts about here. And it goes round. And then up under the brow. Okay, that's this side in a portion wanted to start a little janky. I've just noticed. So what I'll do is just thicken this side a bit on the inner portion. And just have a, we'll start from a similar part. There we go. Just go over it. We look directly ahead into a mirror. I also need to drag this side down a touch. That's where. There we go. Not fully even, but that's why we take photos at an angle, right? And then, oh, get rid of that before it dries. Add a little more liner going down, just a touch, just a little smidge. It's not perfect, but that's because I have a couple of rough bumps on my eyelid here, so it is what it is. I am going to go into my eyeshadow, however, and where there's too much shimmer there, I'm going to. Where was it? Was it there? Was it this side? It was this side. And just add more matte purple, matte blue in this section over the top, just to balance out where all that shiny is here. There we go. That's better. Yeah, that's fun. We'll do lashes right at the very end. We'll have it as a finishing touch. I have a foundation I want to try that I haven't tried yet because I picked up a little while back. I picked up the True Skin and True Foundation. It is a touch darker than my skin tone, but I'm wearing a high enough neck so we can just pretend I'm tan today. Ooh. And I'm also going to warm my hands up a little more. Also going to wipe the glitter off this. I'll use the underside. Let's prime my face. What do I have here? I'll go with Bobbi Brown. Obviously, since I've washed my hands, my fingers aren't glittery anymore. Let's get all that into my skin and warm it up. I say that with freezing hands. I should get a wipe though and clean up my under eye. Are you guys liking the look? Do you think this is jamming or pile of poo? Oh, I see where I fell flat with that liner. It goes out here and in there. That's fine. I can fix that. Do that in a bit. Yeah, it's easily looked at. And get my wipe. Wipe the excess primer away. Not too much into the eyeshadow. And prime. Fix me, Bobbi Brown. Fix me. I'm kind of really digging lately the really hot pink under eyes, so I'm wondering if it'll go with this look. I should do something like that again. Like a hot pink into that tone here. Maybe with a navy on the waterline. Let's hope this foundation likes me, because we all know what my skin can be like. Or she called. Yeah, it's a little more tan, but that's fine by me. I want a tan soon again anyway. Pictures online don't always depict how it looks in person, and the joys of having to blend stuff down my neck anyway means I can make it match. Oh, she full coverage though. No worries, Christina. You take care. I'm sorry for taking so long. I did not expect to. Didn't think I'd be on this long. Let's work that in. Well, my nose is a problem area. Stamp that in. Stamp it there. Also, thanks everyone who's sticking around for sticking around. Guys who know me know that I don't usually take this long, and my first live back in a while, really, after not feeling great this week. So I wish my head was a bit more in the game, but I'm glad I went on anyway. Second layer. Okay, so this is what we're working with. Quite like it so far. A little more on the matte side, but I'm not mad at that. Where did I put the concealer? There's the foundation. Here's the concealer. Not massively brightening compared to the foundation either, so I may have to pick both up in lighter tones soon. But I like the way it feels, and we're gonna go for grungy lower eye anyway. Oh yeah, it does, Lisa, doesn't it? Maybe that's where I've in my brain got the inspiration from, the influence. Do you like the way this concealer sits on the under eyes though? Tidy this up here. This brush is so good for concealing. Go back in with my fingers. Take off any excess. That's what your fingers are good for. And I don't like using sponges personally, so brushes and fingers. Quite happy with the way my nose looks actually. I'm usually really fussy about that. And I only used a couple pumps of that foundation and it covered my entire face quite well. So you didn't buy Hero Quest? Let's use this on my under eyes. Oh man, I feel like I'm taking up too much of everyone's time. I'm like telling myself to hurry up. I'm like, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. People have lives to live, things to do. I need to not stress. I also need to stretch my legs. Ooh, there we go. Using my Mac Studio on the perimeter of my base as I always do. And then I use pressed or loose everywhere else so it's not thick. This is great for people like me who have a lot of texture. I have a lot of texture under my eyes, but I know it's because I need to do some treatments under there. So she's a little bit on the textured side, but it could also be the concealer, but I'll see how it wears once it's all sprayed down. So comment here if you're still here. Just checking people are still watching. I know you're there, Kim. Ooh, there we go. Okay, so there's still people here. I feel a little better now. I feel like everyone's leaving. Oh, I appreciate you guys. Okay, let's check. Okay, any place that's still sticky is my neck. And what I will do is get some loose powder, which I just had here. Make sure I don't take too much out because with this it's very easy to do. There we go, that's plenty. My RCMA, can't go wrong. Just coat the brush and go ham. And also go over the face just quickly with the loose, just to tie up any loose ends and dust off what you don't need. So it does a 2-in-1. But now you're left with a velvety looking blank canvas. And what I like to do, obviously, before I do any other part of my base, is spray it down. And that's why I use this, because otherwise my jumper gets soaked. Let's dry you up. Any questions anyone wants to ask? Any makeup stuff? Suggestions? Let's have a chin wag. Talk to me. I think that's preference, but I tend to set my face immediately, otherwise it leads to creasing. Especially under the eyes. I mean, the whole point of setting a base is to dry it, in my honest opinion. I just used the Catrice True Skin. My first time using it. Very matte though, isn't it? I'll definitely need to add some definition to bring it back. I mean, Dior's still my favorite. We all know this. Just make sure. She needs a little more air here. I'm also going to let my skin settle, even though I just dried it. Just so I get maximum base wear payoff, because I like my natural oils to come through just a little bit. So now I'm going to go back in with my paint pot and my brush. Just take a smidge, so literally a smidge, so you can barely see it on. And I'm now going to prime my under eyes. That's why I'm not that bothered on what I base with. Oh, I don't know if you were there, Susie, earlier, but I was demonstrating that on the live earlier. So if you want to re-watch when I'm done, I actually demonstrate the differences between the MAC paint pot and the two P. Louise bases and show how the shadows go on them differently and stuff like that. So I demonstrate that for quite a bit earlier on. Good question. Really, Lisa? I've wanted to try it for ages and I've had it for a while, but I've just not had the chance. So I'm excited to use it. Oh, so you want some primer on the lower lash line here. And you know me, I always drag it down because I always like go quite grunge on the lower lash line. Let's add some more near the portion here. Oh, it's basically, rule of thumb is the higher the pigment, the denser and drier the primer you want. But it doesn't mean you also want a really wet primer with regular shadows. It's just more of like a rule of thumb that I follow, and I mix and match depending on how the shadow feels. Like I said, if you have something that's too wet on a more pigmented shadow, it will grip and get patchy, as I demonstrated earlier when I had to take my makeup off and start again. And you see the difference it made when I used the more stiffer primer. I get more control with the eyeshadows. I've done quite a lot of bridal work, Cassidy. And what kind of tips and tricks are you wanting? And I actually, even though I love crazy makeup, I love bridal work. Ooh, okay. So just debating on what waterline I'm going to go for. It's just like, do I want weird and wacky? Or do I want to go, I think I'll go with navy. I think that will look cooler. So then I can blend it out into black, into blue, and then into like pink purple. If I have a navy, which I don't think I do. Yeah, I really need more blue eye pencils. I literally only have 4. I thought I had loads of blues, but I don't. I have a lot of teals. Oh yeah, here's the purple Norvina if anyone hasn't seen it. It's really nice. You tell me what sort of tips and tricks of wedding makeup that you're wanting, and then I'll happily give out information. How deep blue is this? Is it deep blue enough? It could be. Or should I just stick with black? Or, better idea, ignore all of that. Work on the lower lash line, then add a fun pop. Oh no, those are all waterline pencils. I'm just not sure what I'm going for yet. Now I'm going to use this tiny brush. Get blue on my lower lash. And then conjoin it there because you guys know how much I love funky inner corner wings. Let's just start with this blue, dip into the black, and just tightline the outer portion. Any tips I have? Bridal trials are essential. Always charge what you're worth, and um, always charge what you're worth, and always make sure that if the bride wants you to do loads of people by yourself, that you always do the bride and mother of bride first, just so they can go around and go batshit mental, which they always do. Um, Always leave extra more time than what you need to do stuff because no matter how good you are as a makeup artist, something always goes wrong, something always happens, someone always gets emotional. And even if you set everything to be waterproof, some people will still want top ups. So you always want to make sure you set aside time for all of those things. When it comes to products, it's definitely down to the individual. But I 100%. I mean, I know you guys will hear me harp on about it every time, but the Dior foundation is hands down the best. I've used it on every bride I've worked on, and the photographs just come out incredible. And if you guys want to message me on Telegram, I'm happy to forward pictures of my bridal work. Um, and it is, yeah, I don't know, I just love it. And also the Dior highlighters as well. Jelly baked highlighters are the best, not just Dior ones, but jelly baked ones in general on bridal because they give your skin such a wet and supple glow without creating too much texture on camera. So it gives you like that glow, like that sheen on your cheeks, but metallic highlighters and glittery highlighters pick up too much undertone or too much particles on the skin in pictures and requires quite a lot of editing. Bear with me while I just do this under eye. I just need to concentrate a little bit. Always ask your client to practice a lot of skincare before their wedding day because some of them don't, and you don't want them crusty. Also, setting sprays are a must. Scandinavia Bridal setting spray, incredible, emotion proof, and makes all your photos photo ready, which I love so much. It's one of the best. No worries, Tia. It's all good. Well, trust me, clients can get crusty. Oh yeah, another thing for your more mature clients, less is more, lots of blush. I love blush on more mature clients. Less highlighter, if not none. But the jelly bait ones are nice, but if they have got a lot of like crow's feet and stuff, you want to avoid those places. And if you want to avoid highlighter altogether, but they want a glow, use a glowy blush. Milani baked blushes, the Kiko. There's a specific Kiko blush I keep in the drawer for more mature clients. Nars Orgasm is fantastic. Because when you think of youth and young skin, especially people like coming up to like 50 or over, when you think of young skin, you think of supple, soft, pink cheeks, pink lips. So, you know, color and skin, because as you get older, color fades from skin, stuff starts to sag. I mean, it's natural, it's normal. So, quite often, I won't even go full coverage. I'll mix my Dior with an anti-aging glowy serum and create my own CC cream. Set that very lightly with powder. I'll even go in with like, for example, like a really light fluffy brush with concealer under the eyes. Very light, because if you use something full coverage, it will highlight every bit of texture under that person's eye, especially if their eyelids or underneath are crepey, and that happens often. And you want brightening and you want to cover those bags, but you don't want to create more work for yourself, because even if it looks good on person, it will show up in the photographs. It will show up in the photographs. The cameras don't lie. Quite often, I'll think I've done an amazing makeup look, and the cameras will pick up what the eyes don't see. Always. It's why when, celebs come out on the wet red carpet, they think they look incredible, and the camera will pick up all bit of flashback, all bit of powder. It's just how it is. You also should also do your research and look into actual products that are used in photography. Look up the differences, because sometimes you can think, oh yeah, I love this primer, I love this foundation, but they won't play ball. So, use if you're going to use an oil-based foundation, don't use a silicone-based primer, like all that sort of stuff, or they will just go all over the place, get messy. I think water-based stuff looks best in photography personally. So water-based primer, water-based foundation, set really well with a good setting spray. And if you can, always tell your client to bring a lip balm to keep it on her, whether it's in her bra or in her or in like the groom's pocket or something, because they might have a liquid lip they want to wear. But in photos, when you're drinking all day and you're talking to people all day, and this is what I tell all my clients, you don't want to end up what I call butthole lip. Lovely, lovely, lovely butthole lips where all the lines show because you're dehydrated, you're talking, you're drinking, you're eating. Like, it's also why neutral looks are best in um photography with weddings, because it photographs the best. It's why it's neutral most of the time, not just so the brides look simpler, but because it photographs better, shows off natural features better. But I also have done brides where I've done smoky eyes. The most recent one I did last year in October was autumnal. So yeah, that was the thing. Oh, my shoulders are killing me. So I'm getting a bit sidetracked, so I'm going to go back into blending out my under eyes. Oh, this colour from the Norvina. Hello. Hi, Elena. Nice to see you here. It's not long till your birthday, is it? I'm gonna have to do a live where I do your drag look for it, like I promised. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten. I'm not gonna lie, I'm slightly dreading it because I've never done drag before, but I'm game to try anything. I've deliberately kept and not sold my extremely full coverage foundation just for that reason. So I hope you're happy. Okay, it's getting there. Don't worry, Elena, I haven't forgotten. Just you did mine on my birthday, so I thought it's only right I do yours on yours. Oh, but you're gonna have to give me tips. I almost said tits. You can also give me those too. I want bigger ones. On Monday. I'll see how I feel because obviously I'm live on Sunday with Tia, and I don't want to promise anything in case I crash because that's a lot of lives for me in a few days. I mean, if you want, I don't know what your Sundays are like. You could join me the Sunday after, and we could do it together, unless you want me to do it by myself. Just gotta put my health first, you know? I don't want to feel too unwell, put myself through too much. I'd be game otherwise. But as I said, I've changed my lives to Sunday, so it'd be straight after. Yeah, I just don't want to overwhelm. I don't want to say yes and then wake up feeling terrible and then let you down. I'd rather tell you now, straight off the bat, that I'd rather not promise anything because I don't decide, my body does. And unfortunately, that's how it is with fibro. I don't make that choice. It's more of a matter of what can I do to prevent problems, and that is to make space between the lives. And I'm happy to do a couple lives per week if I have to, but I need them spaced out. Plus, I like them earlier in the day because I find that later on the night I already struggle to sleep and wind down. So that's why I'm doing my lives earlier in the day now as well. It does make me feel like I can function later on in the day and actually have time to make and cook food because I forget to eat and actually do things. And that's why I've been doing better in the lives lately and recovering better because I've learned where to place my boundaries with that kind of thing. Plunk a load of whitening in a portion here before I go in with something. This under eye's cute though. That's fair enough, Elena. Yeah, at some point, guys, I'll be attempting drag for Elena. I'm sure she sat giggling about it there. Mind you, I loved it when Elena did the My Grunge. I think it was something you should explore more as well. You get it, Kimberly. Now, where is my liner brush? Did it fall? Yeah, it did. I thought it did. I mean, Tia, if you want to come live with me for Elena's birthday on one of the Sundays, we could both go drag together and support each other in this because I've never done it before. If you feel like going balls to the walls. I mean, we could even do that instead of the Artitude maybe on the Sunday. Or should we just stick with wacky races? I don't know. See what happens. I should have used a smaller brush for this section, but it's fine. Love getting pot liner in my bloody lashes. It doesn't help that my hands are shaking. There we go. Oh, goodness me, my hands are really shaking. Hold on. Oh, Elena, I'm game for anything, honestly. I'm fine to do anything. I just need to time things right and alternate the days more just so I'm not struggling in between because obviously I've got real life things to deal with as well. And I like to be able to function on those days too. I mean, at one point last year, I almost quit lives altogether because I didn't know how to manage. And now that I feel like I'm managing better, I can do more. But I have to also, say no at times. Not really a matter of choice, but a matter of self care. And I will always put myself first in that instance. And also, if I do end up doing drag on Sunday, I'd be knackered on Monday. But it means we could probably do it. Just working on this inner corner wing with really shaky hands. So it's not going incredibly how I want it to, but oh goodness me. Yeah, that'll do. Why are my hands shaking so much out of nowhere? Probably caffeine, actually. It does have that effect on me sometimes. I'm still here. I just had to hunch. I had to hunch to get that line in. Yeah, exactly, Elena. Exactly that. It's also why I gave up being an MUA because I'd put myself in an early grave if I continued the way I did. No matter how much you love something, it's never worth ruining yourself for it. And I'm sorry you had to go through that. James do a flip. I'm sorry you had to go through that, especially when you know it's your passion. I completely understand and empathize. I mean, that's why I'm doing lives because it's an alternative way to enjoy doing what I love doing, and that way I also get in my interactions, so then I'm not alone in the house all the time by myself. And I really enjoy it because I'm both an introvert and an extrovert, and I am a people person. Like I love hanging with people. I never ever realized until I started doing lives that I'd be good at teaching makeup or giving tips and all that sort of stuff. Like honestly, there are times when I look at you and Mr. and T and I can't hold a candle to any of you, but the fact that you still watch, support me, and appreciate what I have to say does mean a lot, and it does boost my confidence quite a bit. So I appreciate that a lot. Because there's genuinely times where I feel completely useless. I'm not hating today's look. The inner corner wings could have been better, but they ain't bad. I'm not gonna fight the inevitable here. This is a big ass brush. And I stab my nose a bit. Haha. That's fine. Just let it dry and scrape it off. Do I blend out this pink even more? Do we like it where it is? Elena, I see it all the time, especially when I see like makeup artists in my area like doing well when without sounding funny, I feel like I could do more. And I kind of touched into a little bit at the beginning of a live how I initially wanted to open my own like photography, makeup, and art studio and do it all myself, like back in the day before I quit everything. Um, and I talk to Mister about this all the time, where like when I do get depressed and I get down in my own head, I genuinely think about how much better a makeup artist I could be without my physical problems. Like it's something that really gets to me sometimes. Like I'm okay with it. I've made peace with it, but it doesn't mean that I don't think about it. I'm quite a reflective person, so I'll sit and get in my own head, not in a way where it upsets me, but where I do think about these things, you know, because I think everyone what ifs in their life, and I do it quite a lot. And I always think how much better a makeup artist I could be if I could push myself to the fullest and not have the pressure of getting unwell and feeling stressed out and having all my joint problems on top and the constant exhaustion. It's like how much better could I be, how much more precise could I be, like how far could I go, and I can't even test those limits because my body doesn't allow it. And it does get really like it really like can get to me sometimes, but like I also take a step back and think, well, as long as I can still enjoy these things and until I'm physically stopped, until my hands are chopped off, I'm not giving it up. Like no chance in hell. Like I'm a creative person. Makeup brings me joy. It keeps me on my toes because you're forever learning. Like there's no such thing as anyone being perfect at makeup. You can be excellent, you can be really good, you could even be a master, but there's constantly new things to learn, constantly new styles. I mean, that's why I love it so much. Like you could never get bored. Oh, Elena, I feel you. Oh, and I bet you'd have been great at it too. I mean, people that love their art are excellent at it and do anything to get where they need to be. And I just can't afford to keep being put on antibiotics and being back in surgery and going back to hospital every time because I pushed myself too hard. Because I literally have an issue with my stress response of my immune system where I go to bed really depressed, really upset, or in pain in a really bad way, and I literally wake up with cysts. I literally wake up with infections. It's the worst. And no amount of what I love is worth that amount of pain. Thank you. I'm using the new Novena. I'm having fun. I did wipe twice, but we got there in the end. Yeah, this live went on a lot longer than I expected, but those who have hung around, I do appreciate you. I agree, Kim. I mean, on the plus side, with disabilities, you do learn to appreciate what you have, you know, and because you learn, because your body forces you to learn, you learn to appreciate doing what you love more than any old thing because you know what's worth your time and energy because you only have so much time and energy to give. Like it teaches you a lot of lessons going through stuff like that. Not that it's a good thing for anyone to go through, but that is what it does. Just bronzing up. Can't wait for the lashes to go on this. What a fun look. I'm actually really liking this look. Hopefully it photographs well. Hopefully this foundation photographs well. We don't know. Don't know until we do it. I am determined to keep working this whole YouTube thing because then I could manage my day-to-day life a lot more because I can't work a 9 to 5 job for both physical and mental reasons. I mean, I struggle to get to the toilet on the days that I'm bad. So, and what's funny is that on days that I'm okay, you wouldn't even know there's anything wrong with me, and it's frustrating. I mean, obviously, I'm always in pain, but when you deal with chronic pain every day, you get used to that level of pain. So, some of us mask it better than others. But funny, I was talking about my different variations of me earlier, and there's in pain, Daniela, and it's literally like all life has left my system, and it's like you wake up and you don't know who you are, where you are, why you're there, and what's happening. Preach at toilet. I quite like it, Tia. As you can see, it's quite mattifying, but looking all right so far. I do wish my skin was a little less textured, but that is on me because my skin's been an arse recently. I am going quite bronzer heavy, by the way, but what's new there? I kind of want to use. Why am I feeling this blush? Let's go for it. Like a purpley blush. Excuse me. Even a hot pink or something would have been nice, but no, I'm feeling like a purpley blush. Blah 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 blah. Brian's back. As you can see, I haven't added any glow, and it's got. I wouldn't say it's flat, but it's definitely more matte. But I will add glow to it. I prefer that though, because I can add glow after anyway. Because I like stuff that doesn't enhance my texture. What up, Brian? Brian around. I'm just Brianing. Gonna add a little peach just over the top, just to warm it up just a touch, so it doesn't look too cool on my cheeks. There we go. And then I want my highlight brush. Oh no, what is this? Why is this on here? I hope that's not glue. Yeah, I'll fix that later. Just gonna go over the champagne tone with this Dior because it is here, so I might as well use it. Ah, Lisa, I feel you as well. I'm glad we can all talk about it and be open and be understanding. And we aren't the type of people where we feel like we have to do something with our lives or our lives are empty, because that is also such an unhealthy thing. And I felt like that for years, and I was brought up that way. Like, I love my family very much, but I feel like I broke away from the, well, if you're not doing anything with yourself, you're not doing much at all. And it's like that kind of mindset needs to go. Your personal growth as a person and your happiness should always be your number one priority. As cliche as the saying life's too short is, it's very, very true. See, look at that. Glow is back on my face, baby. Ooh, she back and she glowy. Understandably, Tim, because obviously, you know, that's how we're made to think. But like when you think of your importance to the actual employer, which I know sounds really harsh, but to a regular employer, especially a bigger company, we're all just numbers. We're not people. And like, why should we give them that amount of energy back? Like all of us back if they don't give us an ounce of recognition or appreciation. And why work for something like that when you could do something for yourself and put more energy into it because you know it's actually worth it in the end? Like it makes you ask a lot of questions when you deal with shit like that. Hi, Booja. Is it Booya or Booja? I apologize for pronouncing things terribly. Like, do I do this kind of lash or do I do a fluffy lash? Oof. Okay. I'm gonna go grab my lashes from over there because I think they will go better. Not like I just stuck them to the side or anything because I keep wearing them, which is exactly what I did, obviously. Ow, my knee's just cracked. Let's glue these bad boys up. Oh, that was a good back twist. I might stick my heating on in a minute because I have a feeling that the cold will be affecting my lower back quite a bit. So it's definitely on the sore side. Uh-huh. Glue these bad boys. Let's fill in my brows a touch while I'm here. Is this the right one? Can't remember if I put it in here or not. I will just use this. It's fine. It will still work. Just wish it had the bloody name of the shade on the actual thing because it does not. Just filling them in a touch. Nothing too wild because obviously I've got plenty brow here. Just and use the side of the brush to coat the brows without needing a mascara. So any powderiness goes away. Probably could add, yeah, I'll add a little bit more of a tail just on this side, but not too much. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Oh, well done. Well done to your sister. What did she graduate in? The Shein one is great. I love the Urban Decay Brow Blade, but I do think the price has gone up on it, which is frustrating. But I do like it a lot. And the ABH Brow Pen. I would say Brow Blade and Shein Pen are my favorites because they're not as pigmented. Because the ABH brow pen is fantastic, but it's very pigmented. So I feel like something a little lighter and more buildable is a bit more user friendly, personally. And like you saw with the Shein pen, I could just glide it through without having to work it too hard. These lashes are doing the job. Like, ugh, get on my lash. And it's because it's been stuck to a bottle. I've not tried that one, Lisa, but I've heard good things. And from what I've seen, the nib is a bit like what I like, so I'm sure that'll be fine too. I bought the brow blade when it came out, and it was my favorite for a good couple of years. I just like how fine the tip is, and if you need the pencil, it doesn't budge. But I never really used the pencil side of it. But it is one that I repurchased quite a bit. Wow, lashes really pull the look together, don't they? Ooh. Okay, do I have enough lip liner on here? Nope. Oh no, I did a thing. That's not smart. I always put the lid on so hard that I crack the lid. I just did that there. Oh, damn it, Daniel. Where did I put my pencil case? It is here. Oh, that's fair. I just have Tia, you know what my brows are like. They're bloody puby, so I just don't want to add too much volume. Which is why I like the fine pen because it just gives me just what I need without it being too much. Let's go. The one. I'm gonna go for a paler lip today because I think the eyes are doing the talking. Oh, they are, Kim. They're thick and wiry and stubborn. And they also feel like that, like they feel hard, like they're really thick. I love when people have fine, like soft brows. My brows are like ridiculous. I like wire, like sticks. That is a weird way to describe it, but I'll take it. I love this melt lip liner. Really good. They're firm but creamy. Actually, Missa isn't the hugest fan of the melt lip liners. He thinks they're too hard, whereas I prefer a firmer lip pencil. So I do think that is a preference thing. Hi, Gina. Let's go for butterscotch because it's here. Oh, that is a pretty lip. Oh, that's cool. Just touching up this purple here. You know me, I always blend a little bit up into the brows just to soften everything. Let's make the under eyes just a bit more fun. Dip into that and that. Thank you, Gina. Obviously, you know I've got you guys. Like, you know how I always go extra on my under eyes. It's just the rules for me. I have to go hard with it. Or is it a Daniela look, you know? She doesn't grunge it out. What I will also do is get a small brush, go in with the black and the blue, and just, there we go, plonk it on the outsides of the eye to really get that definition there. Okay, so all we need now is a waterline colour. And because we had fun with that mint liner, I was thinking we could stick with the same and keep it matching. Or we could plonk a yellow on the waterline. What are we feeling? Come on, guys, pick a colour. Pick a colour. Do we want yellow? I'm not using pink today, Tia. It's too dark. We want bright. So are we going mint or are we going yellow? So like that, or will it be like that? It's got a vote for mint, 2 votes for me, mint, a vote for yellow, mint. I mean, I could do. Hold on. Let's do this. Oh, this matches exactly. See, so it like matches. And then I'll do yellow on the other side quickly just to demonstrate it. If I've got anything left on it. I do. I don't know where my sharpener is. Who's ringing? Looks like, yeah, it's fraud. I get loads of spam calls. So there you go. So that's how yellow looks. And that's how the mint looks. So you guys can tell me what you like the look of more. So obviously, oh, that more interesting? Or is that better? And I'm not keeping it one of each before anyone says that. Mint, mint. I prefer mint. Okay. There we go. Easily fixed. Oh, it does look a touch greener on there, actually. Hold on. Which one was it? That one. There we go. And let's just go over it again. Doesn't take long. Bulletproof eyeballs. I'm sure Elena gets it. There we go. Like, really layer her on. I'll add more mascara. If I can find the mascara. But there we go. It's that's the jam. Stretch my legs out. That's a really good question. Where have I put the mascara? Oh, it's there. I'm gonna say it's massive, so not easy to lose. I always regret putting extra mascara on when I try to remove it, but I love thick, clumpy black lashes. Like, the more volume, the better. Like, if you're gonna go for a big upper lash, you've gotta go crazy on the lower lash. Dare say I'm done. Let's see if this looks any. There you go. So you guys can get. I've just turned a couple of the lights down, so you guys can get. Oh, hey James. James is about to walk through the door. Do you have your key? No. All right. Give me a second. I was just finishing up too. I'm about to say bye in a minute. I need to pee again. Huh? I am. You want to say hi before I say bye?
Hi.
Is that all you're gonna do?
Yes.
Okay. So that's it. Here's a close-up. I'm gonna get some photos. Thank you guys for coming. It's been good fun. Do need to tidy these sections up, but that won't take long at all. Just where I think this is a good Norvina look. It's all right, Gina. Life happens. Miss is unwell anyway. I don't know where she's gone, but she's probably died somewhere.
What a bitch.
Nah, she's been thrown up. Love you guys. Thanks for joining. It's okay, Sylvia. I hope your food's tasty. I'll have to figure out something to wear. Take photos off this look. Where were they? Oh well. All right, guys. Well, I'll see you on Sunday.
Don't touch any penises, anybody.
I mean, I might touch yours.
You're all banned.
I'm not banned from your penis. All right. Love you all. Bye bye.